Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video, and this is a paid request for CA. Thank you so much for that. For those interested, requesting any type of videos, whether it be a review, re-review, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour, or full playthrough, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can, so thank you. And this is for a film called Bad Samaritan, which I think I had heard of before, had never seen before. And it's a thriller that, at the end of the day, I didn't mind. I wouldn't say I loved it. It's not a thriller I would watch again. But to see it one time, I didn't mind it. Yeah, it's not 100% realistic or anything. But I liked the acting, I liked some of the characters, and I will say the issue with me, it reminds me of another film, and that other film I liked a lot more than this. So maybe that's not fair, but anyway, Bad Samaritan was interesting. This was directed by Dean Devlin. If that name sounds familiar, he's the guy who produced and worked with Roland Emmerich on Universal Soldier, Independence Day, Stardate, Godzilla, The Patriot, and then go on to direct Geostorm, which I actually liked Geostorm. It's a big, dumb, goofy, stupid disaster movie, but I actually rather enjoyed it for those reasons. I liked Gerard Butler in it. I thought it was fun. And the style of those big budget disaster movie, yes, it's dumb, but like the core of those movies, I can have fun with those. So I like Geostorm. I like it more than Independence Day 2 that Roland Emmerich did. Or, I forget who directed it, that other Gerard Butler film, Greenland, which I guess there's a sequel for some reason they're doing. Because for some reason I needed a sequel. Anyway, there's another one Dean Devlin did. And it stars Robert Sheehan. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I don't think I've seen him in other stuff. If so, I don't remember. And David Tennant. David Tennant, who was Doctor Who. He was in that awful Fright Night remake. But he did a rather good job in this as the villain, I thought. So the setup is your lead character, played by Robert, he has a girl that he loves and loves him. He has ambitions to be a photographer. A little bit of friction with his stepfather. Love with his mother. And he's a parking valet with his buddy. Now, what they do as parking valets is they'll take the car, and while the people are having dinner, if they live close enough, they'll go and they'll steal some stuff. Now, granted, the lead, he says he kind of picks people that deserve it, while his buddy is less picky about that. There's even a bit where the lead guys kind of get mad at him. No, come on, this seems like a good family. What are you doing? So, as they're doing that throughout this night, David Tennant comes up, gives him the car, and you tell right off the bat he's a complete dickhead. Try not to sweat, okay? You smell like a drum circle, and just complete ass. So our lead character's like, well, I don't feel sorry for this guy. He's a complete douchebag. Takes his car, go over, steal whatever we can, including activating this card on the phone, and then we'll use it and buy a bunch of stuff. While he's doing that, he hears some noise. His buddy's on the phone at the restaurant. Hey, he's having dinner. You're fine already. So our lead's like, what the hell's going on? What's this noise? Goes up. Oh, there's his computer. I can look through stuff. His passwords. And decent jump scare. He does a picture, the light flashes, and you see someone's in the corner. You know, it didn't get me, but it was like still a nice attempt at a jump scare. I like the idea behind it. And it's a woman who is tied up, gagged, and chained up. And of course our lead character is horrified. Now, I thought one big positive I will give the film is I did like the lead character because, unlike some films, he is trying to do certain things. For example, you see how he's so out of it and he's so scared, but then he wants to help, and he takes a picture of her just in case, and then he tries to cut her out, and then he gets scared and he's like, I'm sorry. But then when he gets there, he's like shaken, and then he feels guilty for leaving her behind, and then he's like, I'm going to call the cops, it's going to be anonymous. But then when they go there, David Tennant was able to get like I don't know, a local booty call and said, oh, I have a girl here, sure. So then he actually goes in and says, listen, I went into that place, I was a burglar, this is what the girl looks like, something's going on. So the lead guy is trying. He is trying to do what he can. There's even a point where his buddy goes, but when you were in there, why didn't you give her the phone? It's like, I don't know, okay? I was scared. I was freaked out, okay? I panicked. I like that they say that because it's what the audience would be asking. And now, yeah, okay, now I get a sense of the character. I get more of a sense of this person. So it makes me easier to root for him. He's a flawed character, but he's trying. And I thought the actor really gave some nice emotions to his performance. And David Tennant, he definitely works as this complete dickhead, I'm better than you douchebag type of villain who he likes to take women and break them because he likes that control. So eventually he finds out who broke into his place, and now he wants to break their lives down, in particular our lead character. And the story goes on from there. Again, I think what makes it work okay for me is I like those two, the good guy and the bad guy. And again, some of the things I mentioned, certain choices. Not everything works, which I'll get to, but I thought this was okay. I thought it was at least worth one watch. But I'm going to get into spoilers to explain better. First off, they made the cops look so fucking stupid and useless in this because you have a guy that clearly goes up there, shows a fucking photo of a woman tied up and chained up. The cop goes over there. David Tennant gives like a bullshit story about prank calls. And then the cop goes up, "How you like to prank call people, huh? Huh? You don't come back here again." And I'm sitting there, what the fuck is this guy? I thought they were going to have the cop be like, okay, and lie about buying into this guy's story. Which, by the way, with the photo, wouldn't you be able to look at the background and go, wait a minute, that background matches this background of this room? Or something of that nature. Or that carpet matches the carpet here, or something like that. No, this cop got his fucking badge at, I don't know, a better Dunkin' Donuts. It's like, we have to make this cop fucking stupid, because if he wasn't that fucking stupid, then the plot would be solved a lot quicker. And then there's this lady who's like the FBI, but, or wherever the fuck she was, pretty useless. It's just there for them to come across our characters when everything's said and done, so that, you know, they'll be brought to the hospital and all that. But other than that, they're completely fucking useless. Right, there's other movies that have done that, but they seem even more fucking useless in this. I thought the girl that played the captive, Kerry Condon, I thought she did a good job. She was scared, but not annoying. You may be like, well, how would she be annoying? In real life, you'd be scared, crying, all this other stuff. But because it's a movie, because you're an outsider, you're In real life, you would not be annoyed at all. But as a movie, maybe to be annoyed by certain choices, certain movements, certain voice, like certain screeches, certain high tones. She, I thought, played it fairly well, where she's scared, but not bitchy. And then when, like, even with David Tennant, she is not a damsel in distress, but she's not a gun-ho Xena warrior princess. Like, she plays a good balance. She had a really good line also when there's a bit in the third act when something happens, and then she goes, "That's how you save someone." Like, because of circumstances, the way it plays out, I thought it was actually rather funny line reading. So I did like that. So I thought, that's what I mean. I think even the guy who plays the lead's buddy, I thought he did a good job. So I didn't mind that. And I did more spoilers. The way the story goes forward is eventually David Tennant finds out who this guy is. So obviously he's thinking, well, I can't kill him, otherwise there'd be more suspicion, but I'm going to break his life down. So I'm going to get his parents fired. His stepdad and his mom fired from their jobs. I'm going to get him fired and his buddy fired from their jobs. I'm going to hack into his computer and get a photo of his girlfriend and share it everywhere so she blames him. Then beats the fuck out of the girlfriend to the hospital. In fact, when he goes to see her, she tells him, "Leave. Get the fuck away from me." Which actually, I appreciate that because, granted, there are movies that have worked as well where the girlfriend is more understanding. I could see someone doing that as well. What did you get me into? What did you do? What's going on? Fuck off. And then surprisingly, there's not, oh, he goes up to try to get his girlfriend. I thought it was going to be like, okay, somehow his girlfriend's going to be kidnapped, or there's going to be a scene where they get back together. No, not the case. I was actually surprised by that, in a good way, because it seemed a little bit less typical. At least with the amount of movies I've seen, it's less typical. So I appreciate that. And yes, I know there's mowing outside. I mean, it's getting this almost summertime. That's how it goes. Imagine this David Tennant just mowing down, making sure I don't say too many bad words about the movie. But no, I mean, like I said, the performances are solid. Like I said, the cops, the way they behave. There's certain other decisions. Like, there's a bit where after David Tennant actually kills his buddy, for some reason he picks up the phone, I guess, to just trying to talk to him, but of course it gives the lead the ability to take a picture of him and show that picture to the authorities and such. Granted, if you just said their name, wouldn't they have that picture to begin with? But also it would show what the background is. And wait a minute, this background matches that background, so he was at this crime scene. Although I don't think they really went into that. I don't think. Anyway. There's also a bit that was a bit too much, where the lead guy sneaks back into David Tennant's place. This after he found that his girlfriend has been beaten up. His friend has been killed. The bad guy decides to have a fucking bomb at his house. And thankfully it gives enough time to have a timer. So it gives him enough time to escape, get to the garage. There's a car in there, turns the car, and gets the fuck out. And then this kind of iffy looking explosion happens. I went, okay, that's very subtle. How do I not want attention to myself? I'm gonna blow up the fucking house. I mean, the cops are so fucking stupid in this movie, they still wouldn't put two and two together. Be like, well, So, we've had multiple calls to this house, and then Now his place blew up, and what's going on? What's happening? Hmm. And I didn't. Thankfully, he gave the lead character enough time to get into the garage and get into the car. And thankfully, the car was there too. Which I don't know why. Why did David Tennant have his car there if he was going to have the whole house blow up? I guess he didn't want to take his car, or hell, rip out his car so that in case, well, if he comes in here and tries to escape, he won't get far with his car. No, the car's running perfectly fine, so shows how much David Tennant is planning. Fucking idiot. Eventually, using stuff in the car as well as other stuff he found out before, our lead character finds out that David Tennant has this girl at this cabin in the woods. He goes there. He gets fucked up. This is another thing that bothered me. He gets hit in the head with a shovel like 5 times. Once or twice, you're fucking dead. A shovel to the head? He got hit like 5 fucking times. Now, granted, they do give him a lot of bruising. Nice makeup effects. But I'm like, he's fucking dead. He got beat the fuck out of with a shovel in the head. He's fucking dead. But he's not dead. So eventually David Tennant takes the girl, has this place that he's going to drop her in, says, I'm going to kill you and her, shoots at her, goes up to him. Of course he missed her, like he grazed her. Again, that's one of those things that it's a movie, I get it, but it's kind of one of those pet peeves that, yes, certain movies can work, certain movies I have to deal with more so than others. It's like the bad guy who's got the gun on you, and then, oh, lo and behold, it's empty. It's a shit shooter. Oh, thankfully all 6 shots have been shot. It's empty. I didn't know with how people are that lucky in real life, they'd be dead. But, you know. So it's like, okay. Fate, luck, karma just comes into play here. It's not a big deal, I'm sure, to most people. It's like, okay, you know. It's not my preferred bit. She hits him. That's where she goes. That's how you save someone. He tries to... the lead guy tries to hit David Tennant with the shovel, but he raises the gun and shoots the shovel. I don't know why he shoots the shovel instead of the guy. Because imagine you hear the shovel's there. Why don't you shoot the guy? Like, your arm, it'd be quicker to do this than this. So instead of doing this, he does this to shoot the shovel. I'm like, shoot him. I think he'll drop the fucking shovel if you give him a gut shot with your gun. But for some reason, he shoots the shovel. I don't know why. Well, the shovel's coming towards him. Well, yeah, if he shoots him in the dick, or the gut, or the shin, or the foot, or the cheek, or the chin, or the taint, he's going to drop the shovel too. I bet my money on it. But there's a bit of a chase through the woods. They do beat the fuck out of David Tennant, which was satisfying. The lead guy just beating the hell out of him with a stick over and over and over again, smacking him, beating him. Good for your villain to his comeuppance. FBI comes and they find David Tennant's been chained up and tied up like he did his victims. And the movie's over. Now, of course, it doesn't say what happened to... Well, I mean... Will his parents get their jobs back? The girlfriend, I guess, is done with him for good. So it doesn't dot the I's and cross the T's of the ending. But overall, like I said, it was worth one watch. Like I said before, at the beginning of this video, the thing about the film, it kept reminding me of The Collector. A burglar goes to a place to rob the place. Something is amiss. There's a person tied up. and finds out that the person who lives here is a serial killer. He wants to leave, but there's that bit of guilt. Goes back and rescue, and the collector's taste of the little girl. But when I compared it to the collector, I enjoyed much more. Now, they had an ending I wasn't big on, but then you had the sequel, and that fixed it. I know they keep talking about a third one, but the longer time goes and they don't make it, the more happier I am, because it don't fucking need to be made, because the second one ended perfectly. You do a third one, you don't screw it up. Just leave it alone. Leave it the fuck alone. This is my opinion. My take on it. Anyway, I think that's the biggest issue for me, is it just kept reminding me of the collector, and the collector I liked a lot more. Because it's much more grisly and violent, and Josh Stewart. I like the lead in this. Josh Stewart, though, is just much more. It's just much more my kind of movie. Much more with action, much more intense. The villain with the mat, the traps, the crazier traps within the house. Just much more memorable and much more. This one felt a bit tame compared to other movies of its ilk. But if it's a rainy night and you want to watch a thriller and, some good acting and such, you do a lot worse than this. So overall, I didn't mind it for what it was. I liked it okay. Take that for what you will. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And, like I said, it's nothing amazing. Like I said, the collector and the collection I liked a lot more than this, but it was alright. It was alright. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.